Hello. Sit with me for a minute while I get some stuff done. And I ramble at you. I have an assortment of needles sitting over here that I just have not put away. So I'm gonna put some needles away in their assorted places. And I wanted to also talk to you about my knitting projects and update you on those. You saw, if you saw yesterday's Vlogmas, the drama with my Irish Rover pullover. I have not washed it yet. I haven't been able to like deal with that today. I'm going to go ahead and get on the, when I get on the computer to do computer work, I am going to put it in hibernation, but I have editing I need to do also. I forgot to edit Vlogmas last night. Don't ask me how that happened, but basically I came upstairs and I filmed my final clip of yesterday, and then I was like, oh, okay, well, I could stay up here and edit, or I could just come and do it later. And then I got caught up watching the Beauty and the Beast 30th anniversary special on Disney Plus, and it just totally slipped my mind. I guess I needed a break. So I never came up and edited, so I gotta do that this morning. But before I do that, I wanted to fill you in on some stuff. Also, like, brainstorm with you for a minute. I have thoughts about my year-end, like, wrap-up. Because the year is almost here. I mean, what? The year is almost over. Also, can we believe that it's already, like, we're on day 21 of Vlogmas. That's wild to me. It's the 20th of November in real time. November. I'm obviously not really awake yet. It is the 20th of December here in real time, but the 21st of Vlogmas for you. That's wild. I can't believe that's real. This weekend is Christmas. It's coming quickly. This is how I store my interchangeable needles. It is a roll organizer from Jezebel B. She's a French maker. And I got this really gorgeous olive green with plaid, and I got this like a long time ago. Like, I don't remember how long ago, but it was a long time ago, and like a few years ago. And I started out with a Knit Picks interchangeable set. And you can see here I've supplemented it a bit. I have some extra Knit Picks needle tips in different kinds, and I also have some Luca needle tips, because those are what we have at our shop and they fit Knit Picks cables. I don't love the cables, but they're fine for what I use them for, which is mostly garment knitting. I don't do a lot of magic loop or anything with them. And then this like pouch over here is Velcro, and it is packed full of all of the little extras, like the end caps and the key locking keys and all that kind of stuff. Does me well. And then this one is where I keep my fixed and DPNs, and this is held together with a busted ass hair tie, and this is a roll organizer that I made myself in high school, and I still use it. It's got all of these. It's big, first of all. It's like a big. It's got assorted like straight needles, DPNs, all my fixed circulars. It's got a pocket with a button to hold like my cable needles and stuff. And then the end here has more room for long things. I have like a Tunisian crochet hook for some reason, and a pin, and that's it in there right now. But I can hold all sorts of assorted things in this big pocket. And this one I usually keep my cable needles and my stitch holders. I have some stitch holders in here as well, like the metal ones. Oh, I have an extra pack of interchangeable needle stoppers in there. Those don't need to be in there. So yeah, this is my other needle organization. It is organized by some sort of system that's in my brain. I also have several sets of 4 DPNs, and I think they're all ones that I got from my grandmother. I really actually like the Brittany DPNs. I have a couple of sets of those now because that's what we sell at the yarn shop, and I really like them. I've heard people complain that they're not quite sharp enough, but the smaller they get, the sharper they get. So I feel like they're sharp. They're appropriately sharp for the size that they are. And I like the quality of the wood. I don't know, there's something about them that I really like. I prefer, oh, I also like how long they are. They come in like 8 inches and like 10-inch long lengths, and I love that. I prefer them to the Luca DPNs by far. All right, we've done that. We've done that together. Now, let's talk about some knitting stuff. You're getting like some thigh action here. I am wearing pants, I promise. We're supposed to have maintenance come by today to do our like annual safety inspection or whatever. So if you hear a sudden ruckus, that's what that is. All right, here in my Paisley and Gold sewing bag, we have Brad's Inclinations cowl. And I worked on this while watching Beauty and the Beast last night. And ooh, I'm stuck. It's looking so good, but I put a stitch marker on it, or a progress keeper on it, and that's how far I got last night during Beauty and the Beast. I need to get cracking on this if I want it done in time for Christmas, especially if I need to wash it and dry it. I'm on the increases now. I'm almost halfway through the increases, and then it will be faster once I start decreasing. That's how that's going. I have this much of the first ball of Schopel wool left. I did do one more round on my Advent sweater this morning because, you know, I was waiting to weigh my yarn and see how I was looking with that. And I don't have enough to do 12 full rounds of this stripe on the body. I did one more round, so there are 11 stripes, and I weighed my yarn and I had 4.5 grams left, which means I actually weighed my yarn before I did the stripe and I had 6 grams left. So it took 1.5 grams to do one round on the body. I'm not going to be doing that math in my head right now, but I will use that information later and try to figure this out. I left the 4.5 grams. Hopefully that's enough for me to finish the sleeves. Each sleeve stripe is already halfway done, so hopefully that'll be enough. But I need to look at the pattern and see what the sleeved instructions are like, because if there are decreases, which I'm pretty sure there are, I think they're fitted sleeves, then that means I will need less and less yarn for each progressing stripe of the sleeve. Let's actually look at that right now. All right, okay, that's fine. I also don't have to do the sleeves quite as long either, like full length. We will see how I feel. But if I need to do just 10 rounds each color for the sleeve, I'm sure that will be fine. That will go some sort of way. I don't know what's going on yet. And then my socks, my Christmas socks, or my December striped socks, I should say. I'm working on these in tandem, and yesterday I finished both of the cuffs. These are looking so cute. Like, look at these colors, and they're like opposite. I finished both of the cuffs yesterday, and this morning I started on the leg of the first one, and I am doing a 3x1 broken rib, which I love to do. I love a 3x1 broken rib, and it is turning out super cute. I need to figure out how long I'm going to do the leg before doing the heel, but I love how they're turning out. This is such a fun Christmas color. I often gravitate more towards like more rustic type Christmas decor and more like woodsy, wintry style Christmas stuff. But this like kitschy Christmas does hold a special place in my heart, and it is very cute. I'm really enjoying it. It's bringing me a lot of joy. That's it for my knitting projects right now. I am going to be casting on something new for the solstice, which is tomorrow. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I might start one of my pairs of Christmas socks. I have over here, all right, I have over here, sorry for the shaking, takes me a second to get situated. This is a stack of project bags that are empty. I have 2 Christmas bags, little sock-sized bags, empty for socks. So I think I'm going to put socks in those. And then I also have a new 2 sweater-sized bags, empty. This is actually the Cocoa Knits pouch that my maker's board, that thing, came in. But it's a great like shawl size bag, so I'm going to keep it and use it as a little project bag. But for my solstice cast on, I have my 2, I have packing stuff from my new candles that I'm going to keep and reuse, so I need to go put those in my packing stuff in there at some point. I just haven't yet. I also still need to weave in ends on this. I need to send out this card. I just have a whole bunch of shit I need to do. But I have this pair of socks, and then I have this pair of socks that I asked y'all about a couple of episodes ago. I also asked Instagram what they thought about these, and I haven't checked your comments on here yet, but the consensus seems to be that this and this combo were kind of equal in opinion. This one may have been slightly more popular, but only just slightly. But this was the runaway winner by far on Instagram. I will double check on YouTube and see what y'all had to say. But so far, this was the runaway winner on Instagram. So, for my winter solstice cast on, I might do this one because it's just more solstice-y themed. It's the fairy Yule tree, so it's not like Christmas, it's Yule. So that might be my solstice cast on tomorrow. And then these might be my Christmas Eve cast on. I think that might be what happens. I think, honestly, I really think I might want to knit both of these into a pair of these. Not at the same time, obviously, but at some point. I think I want to do both of these. I just love this whole like foresty, monochromatic kind of look. It's just really nice. So yeah, I think I'm going to cake this up and get it ready to cast on tomorrow. But I also will be cooking and baking a lot tomorrow. Well, maybe not cooking so much tomorrow, but I will be baking tomorrow if I don't decide to bake today, because I'm going to be making my Yule log, which is actually just going to be a pumpkin roll. And I also need to make some cookies. And then I'm making stew for our solstice meal tomorrow, which means I need to go to the store today. So many things. So many things to do. All right, so I guess what I need to do is get my act. I guess what I need to do is get my act together. I need to edit this video, yesterday's Vlogmas, and get it up ASAP. I need to do one sketchbook page. I need to go to the grocery store, and I need to cake up some yarn and get everything in my life ready for baking tomorrow. All right, I'll check in with you later. Hopefully a couple of those things will be done. Okay. I've put pants on. I have Christmas socks on. Very exciting. But, oh my gosh. Maintenance came by a little while ago and did our annual inspection, which is basically just a 5-second walk through the house to make sure nothing's falling apart. Which is great. I'm glad that's over. I finished editing and uploading Vlogmas Day 20. I was catching up with Hannah, Corner of Craft, while sitting here for a minute thinking about what I need to do. It is 12:30. While I edited and got my Day 20 Vlogmas stuff settled, I got to the heel and I am getting pretty close to finishing the heel of my sample bond weave socks. It's amazing how much faster a size small sock goes than a size medium. I'm blown away a little bit. I wish I had tiny feet. Just for that reason. Imagine how many more socks I could knit. But I realized I didn't actually say anything to you earlier about my end of year wrap up thing. I mentioned it and then didn't follow through. I need to sit down and make a list of my wrap up stuff, but I'm thinking I might just do like a rundown of what I did complete in the year and then like what I would like to do in 2023, because making solid plans doesn't really work for me. I don't stick to them. Making plans in my head is a completely different situation than following through with plans. Like, making plans is so much fun, and planning is great fun for me, but then that's it. Like, that's the task. So then actually doing projects, I don't usually follow the plans. I just kind of like cast on whatever I'm feeling at the moment. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna sit down today and I'm gonna make a list. I'm gonna go through my Ravelry projects and write down the breakdown of what I did this year. Like last year, well, first of all, I made plans for 2022 that I never looked at again because making the plans was the fun thing. Where is it? Oh, here it is. My 2021 year in review, which was basically just a list of total FOs, whips that I'm carrying over into the new year, and then a breakdown of categories like shawls versus hats versus socks versus sweaters, etc., etc. How many test knits, how many projects I knit and then gifted. Ooh, it's gonna be even more this year. I knit 36 pairs of socks last year, and I can tell you that as of right now, I think I am close to 50 this year already, and it's not even quite done yet, quite over yet. Yeah, I think I'm gonna film this video before the end of the year and have it uploaded, because Vlogmas ends on the 25th on Christmas, and I think I'll have it posted during that week or those few days before the new year. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I also need to eat something before I go because I cannot go to this grocery store hungry. That's a big no-no for me. I have no self-control. I have a lot of things. My brain is 100 miles an hour today, but at least I got my video edited. I decided last minute, suddenly, that I was going to go ahead and make my pumpkin roll for tomorrow. So I've got the roll part, the sponge, in the oven now. I'm supposed to check it in 4 minutes. It doesn't bake very long. It's 15 minutes to bake the sponge. And I have all of my filling ingredients in the mixing bowl sitting until it's time to mix them together. I have cream cheese and butter in there, so they need to kind of soften. But I don't need the filling until the sponge comes out of the oven and completely cools down. So I have lots of time. In the meantime, I need to figure out what we're eating for dinner. We'll probably scavenge. I don't really feel like cooking unless I just make noodles or something, which could do. Or we could just do like fin for herself type stuff. Brad still has leftover kimchi fried rice. I can make noodles for myself, cereal, sandwiches, whatever. But I didn't want to bake a pumpkin roll tomorrow and make stew and make cookies, because I think I have to bake cookies tomorrow to take to knit group. We will see. We'll see. It's been a very long time since I've made a pumpkin roll, so I hope it turns out okay. The batter looked good when I spread it out, but he's making a lot of noise in there. The batter looked good, but last time I made one, it didn't turn out very well. But to be fair, that was at the old house, so that would have been several years ago now. And it had been a long time since making one then as well. It smells good, so at least there's that. Ooh, 1 minute and I get to check it. I'm gonna have to find a toothpick. I can't link a recipe below because it is just the recipe my granny always used. I'm sure she got it from somewhere, but I don't know where she got it from, and I don't know if she altered it. So I have it handwritten, copied from one of her handwritten recipes. So yeah, no recipe to link. But it's just a pumpkin roll. I'm sure you can find a pumpkin roll recipe somewhere. It's just pumpkin bread filled with cream cheese and rolled up. I'm gonna get ready to check this. It was ready. Look at that. You can hear it talking. Well, not over the boy walking around. Stop. Maybe you can't hear it on the camera over the stove either. But I'm gonna dump this out. It's still hot. I'm gonna dump it out onto this cold, this wet towel and roll it up and let it cool rolled up so that it doesn't crack when I try to put the filling in. That is how I was always told to do it. So I have a clean towel. It has to be lintless.
It smells really good. Pumpkin roll?
I
I decided that if I wanted to make cookies tomorrow, I didn't want to have to bake a pumpkin roll and cookies tomorrow.
You have a very ambitious cooking list for the next.
Well, I'm not buying people presents, and I figured baking a big batch of cookies would probably be the easiest way to like give at knit group or something. Pray for me. Are you praying for me?
No, I don't pray.
Oh, it's coming out already.
I wish you luck.
Oh Lord.
Are you praying for me?
Oh no, this is not gonna work.
Are you trying to flip it?
Yeah.
Just do it real quick.
It's already falling out.
Woohoo!
Oh my God. It's hot. Okay, we did it. It came out so easy because I put parchment paper down. I'm a clever bitch. All right. This is the fluffiest, softest sponge I've ever made. This is going to be the best pumpkin roll I've ever made.
It's a real good sound.
It was also a really good sound. It was also a really good sound when I took it out of the oven. It was like talking. Cake, it was going like... That was a really good sound. Oh Lord, is this the day I should be making a pumpkin roll?
Well, kind of when you come back with more ruffles.
I would have if you had asked me. I didn't even think about it.
I didn't think about it until you were back.
All right. I made noodles. Very, very tasty. But also I got a package from my bestie in New Orleans. She sent me this incredible pin. Look at this blue crab. He's so good. Not only do I love crabs, but I'm also a Cancer, so this is doubly appropriate. I love this pin. I can't wait to put it on my pin board. And also these earrings. Look how cool. They're laser cut and engraved wood, and they're bald eagle heads. She also sent me cookies that barely made it, but we still gonna eat them. We still gonna do it. But for now, I'm gonna eat this. Also, my pumpkin roll rolled up so beautifully, and I am excited for it to be cool so I can fill it. So excited.